If you're looking to improve the audio quality on your computer recordings with a slim desktop USB microphone, then this might be it. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. You know I have tried Movo stuff on my channel before, and I really like them. They tend to be, one, affordable, but two, really high quality. And I wanted to check this out because this is a slim gooseneck microphone here, and it plugs in via any USB port. And the nice thing about this is that it should allow you to get much better audio than, a standard built-in microphone or the built-in microphone on your webcam, because those microphones tend not to be that good. So something like this might not take up a lot of space on your desktop, will also be really slim, so it's not blocking you from other things, having a big studio microphone, one on a boom arm or something like that, especially if you don't really record audio on the regular. You are just jumping on Teams meetings, Zoom meetings, doing web conferences, taking video calls, Google Chats, things like that. So one thing we get here is a USB to USB-C plug, and this one looks quite long, so 6 feet-ish there. All right. Then we get the base here. This seems very nice. I mean, this is plastic outer housing, but we have 4 rubber feet on the bottom. You can see here how big it is. It's kind of about the size of a passport, maybe just a little bit longer. And then what we will have here is the port where the microphone will plug in right there. And then we have a push button release right there. So if you want to take it apart, makes it kind of nice to travel with, to be honest. We also have a couple of dials right here. So what you can see is this is the monitor dial. So on the back here, yes, as I might have expected, is a 3.5mm headphone jack. There is the USB port, and there is the button for the lights. I think this has RGB type of lights here, so you can change the lighting configuration. But that monitor knob right there will allow you to adjust the volume in this monitoring headset there. So you can adjust that. So I'm just going to put that in the middle there for a minute. And then down here we have the gain knob. Now this is what controls how much audio it's picking up from the microphone itself. So sometimes people might say, I can barely hear you. What you want to do is turn up that gain. It's going to pick up more sound from you. Or if people are like, oh, you're really loud, you can turn that down. A lot of times I just kind of put everything in the middle and start there, because most cases things in the middle are pretty good. Now it also looks like we have a mute button right there, which I really love, because there's a lot of times when you're on a meeting, you're not going to be speaking for a while. Maybe you're drinking something and you don't want to cough into the microphone or someone's like, hey, what are you doing in there? They don't need to hear any of that background noise. So you can just put yourself on mute, especially when you're not talking. Now let's take a look at the microphone piece itself here. Looks like it's probably 18 inches long. You can see the gooseneck piece is right up here. This is a solid straight piece, and then we have another gooseneck piece here, so you can definitely kind of move it, but you can't move it in a complete circle. You're going to have this straight piece in the middle. Here is the microphone itself. Now, my guess is that you're going to want this microphone piece facing your mouth, right? So you don't want to speak into the side like you would on a studio microphone. You want this facing directly in front of you. I did take off this little windsock here because it kind of fell off my hand here. You do get this little foam microphone cover there. That's going to kind of work as a pop filter windscreen, so it's going to keep your breath from popping in the microphone here. And then down here, you can see we have that microphone plug, so it should be just easy to put together just like this. Even a moron can do it. That moron has to line up the little pins there, but goes in there with a solid click. Like I said, it's not going to come out unless you hit this little button, and then you can pull that back out, but goes in just like that. All right, pretty cool. Now I can set this up, plug it in with the cable, and start recording audio. So let's try that out next.
All right, so my first test here is that I'm just recording the video with my Nexigo webcam, so don't judge the video based on that. But I'm also recording the audio with the Nexigo webcam. So this is basically a pretty good microphone that's built into most webcams, and it's kind of representative, I think, of most built-in microphones in general, whether it's on your laptop or desktop. Especially on your laptop, many laptop microphones really aren't that great, but they work. And in most cases, if you're doing a Zoom meeting or something that doesn't require a lot of high fidelity audio, then most of the time it's just fine, especially when you're just talking. But this is the audio quality that you can expect from a built-in webcam microphone. So now let's switch over to the Movo desk unit here, and I've got the microphone set up right in front of me, and now I'm going to switch over to that audio.
All right, so same webcam for the video, but now I am using audio from the Movo GM-7 here, and I have it set up with the gain set right in the middle here. So I'm going to play with the gain just a little bit. I would say the microphone is only about a foot away from me, so I probably don't have to shout into it, but I do love the fact that, as you can see, that gooseneck is bent right towards my mouth. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn the gain down here to the quarter mark. Now I've got the gain kind of moved back up here. I'm just going to turn it back down just a little bit, try to play with it. I can actually see the level that it's picking up, so Hopefully that's right in the sweet spot there. Again, it's not that far away from me, so I don't want to shout into it, but you can be the judge. Obviously, you could play around with this, and especially if you are monitoring on headphones, you can definitely dial that sucker in. Now, the thing I like about this is that, again, it doesn't take up a lot of space, but it should be a huge step up in audio quality from your standard built-in microphone. And so one of the things that I love about this is that Movo makes products that seem super premium. I mean, they feel great in the hand. They've always worked well for me. But the other thing about them is that they are much cheaper than some of the other big brands that you haven't seen on this channel because I can't afford to buy them. So something like this, I think, helps both the amateur or the everyday worker or remote caller or consultant or presenter, whatever, have really good audio without breaking the bank. So that's what I really love about it. And it's nice and small. It has that mute button here. I actually want to test that now. So I'm going to count to 10 here. I'm going to press the mute button at 3 and unpress it at 6. So I'm going to tap it once at 3 and tap it at 6 again. And you should hopefully hear me just cut out, and it should be seamless. And it should come back right away as well. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So hopefully that worked, and hopefully you missed a few numbers in there as I was counting up. But what I really love about having the mute button on the microphone like this is that when you're in meetings, you're kind of looking for that mute me button, or is it under my picture? There it is. And especially when someone calls on you or it's your turn to answer and they're like, we can't hear you, you're on mute, and you're hunting around for it, and there's just like this 5-6 second delay while you're doing that. You don't have to worry about that with this bad boy. You can just go down there, reach down there, press that mute button, unmute yourself, mute yourself whenever you want, and it's a hardware button right there. So it's really, really simple. I really love this product. It seems to fit a lot of needs, and because it comes apart, it's actually a fairly travelable microphone as well. So if you want to pick up this Movo GM-7, I think it's the cat's meow, and I'll put a link to it in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out!
We can discover more and explore so much deeper. We can live better than ever.